My name is Benjamin, and what I'm about to share with you is a tale that has haunted my every waking moment. It began in the heart of the unforgiving wilderness, where the line between reality and the supernatural blurs, and ancient horrors awaken. It was a bitterly cold winter, and I found myself drawn to the rugged expanse of the northern woods. The snow-laden pines stood like sentinels, their branches creaking in the biting wind. I was in search of solitude, a respite from the cacophony of the modern world. As I ventured deeper into the wilderness, a sense of unease settled over me. It was as if the very air carried a weight, a foreboding that whispered of ancient malevolence. I pressed on, compelled by a force beyond my comprehension. It was on the third night that I heard it, a mournful wail that echoed through the stillness of the night. It was a sound that seemed to defy nature, a chorus of suffering that chilled me to the bone. I knew then that I was not alone in those woods. As the days passed, the sense of being watched grew stronger. I would glimpse fleeting shadows at the edge of my vision, and the air grew thick with a palpable tension. It was as if the very essence of the wilderness had come alive, a sentient force that observed my every move. One evening, as darkness descended, I saw it. The Wendigo. It stood amidst the snow-covered pines. A towering figure with antlers that reached for the heavens. Its eyes glowed with an unholy fire, and its form seemed to shift and meld with the shadows. I stood frozen, unable to tear my gaze from the creature before me. The Wendigo exuded an aura of ancient malevolence, a force that had lingered in the wilds long before the first human footprints graced the earth. In that moment, I understood the true nature of the Wendigo. It was a guardian of the wilderness, a sentinel that watched over the land with a possessive fervor. It was a force that commanded both reverence and dread, a being that transcended mortal understanding. As abruptly as it had appeared, the Wendigo vanished into the night, leaving me standing alone in the snow-laden silence. I knew then that my life would never be the same, that I had glimpsed a truth that few would ever comprehend. From that day forward, I dedicated myself to understanding the Wendigo and the ancient forces that governed the wilderness. I delved into obscure texts and consulted with those who had encountered similar entities. The more I learned, the more I realized that the Wendigo was but one piece of a much larger tapestry of supernatural beings that roamed the untamed expanses of the world. In the days that followed my encounter with the Wendigo, I became consumed by a singular purpose: to understand the depths of its influence and the ancient forces that governed its existence. I delved into dusty archives and obscure texts, seeking any mention of the Wendigo and its kin. The more I read, the more I realized that the legends of the Wendigo were not isolated occurrences. Similar entities, each as enigmatic and fearsome as the last, were spoken of in hushed tones across cultures and centuries. I heard tales of the skinwalkers, shapeshifters that roamed the deserts of the American Southwest, and the Yuki-onna, a vengeful spirit that haunted the snow-covered landscapes of Japan. These beings, like the Wendigo, were guardians of the natural world, entities that embodied the primal forces that shaped the earth. Yet, it was the Wendigo that held a unique place in this pantheon of supernatural beings. It was a creature of hunger, a manifestation of insatiable desire that mirrored the harsh realities of the untamed wilderness. Its presence was a reminder that nature was both beautiful and brutal, a force that demanded respect and awe. As I delved deeper into my research, I uncovered a ritual, an ancient rite performed by those who sought to commune with the spirits of the wilderness. It was said to grant insight into the mysteries of the natural world, to forge a connection with the ancient forces that shaped the land. Armed with this knowledge, I returned to the very spot where I had first encountered the Wendigo. The air was charged with a palpable energy, as if the very essence of the wilderness responded to my presence. I performed the ritual with a reverence that bordered on the sacred, each gesture imbued with intent and purpose. And then, it happened. The air grew still, and a presence descended upon the clearing. The Wendigo materialized before me, its form both awe-inspiring and terrifying. Its antlers seemed to reach for the heavens, a testament to its ancient power. As I stood before the Wendigo, I felt a profound connection, a resonance that transcended the boundaries of mortal understanding. It was as if I had become a part of the natural world, bound to the wilderness in a way that went beyond mere existence. And then, just as before, the Wendigo vanished, leaving me standing alone in the clearing. But this time, I carried with me a knowledge that was both a gift and a burden. I had glimpsed the heart of the supernatural, touched the very essence of the enigma that was the Wendigo. As my understanding of the Wendigo deepened, so too did my connection to the natural world. I could feel the pulse of the wilderness, the ancient rhythms that shaped the land. It was as if I had become a conduit, a bridge between the mortal realm and the supernatural. I continued my research, seeking out those who had encountered similar entities. Their stories echoed my own, each a testament to the profound impact that these beings had on those who dared to venture into their domain. It was a world of shadows and mystery, a reality that existed just beyond the edge of human perception. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, I received a visitation. It was not the Wendigo, but a spirit of the woods, a guardian of the ancient groves. The spirit spoke in a language that transcended words, a communication of energy and intention. It revealed to me the true nature of the Wendigo, not as a malevolent force, but as a reflection of the harsh realities of the natural world. It was a creature of hunger, yes, but it was also a force of balance, a reminder that life and death were inextricably linked. Armed with this revelation, I returned to the wilderness, this time with a sense of purpose and reverence. I sought to commune with the spirits of the land, to forge a deeper connection with the ancient forces that shaped the earth, through rituals and offerings. I opened myself to the energies of the natural world. I could feel the presence of the Wendigo, not as a looming specter, but as a thread in the intricate tapestry of existence. It was a humbling realization, a reminder that I was but a small part of a much larger whole. In the heart of the wilderness, under the watchful gaze of the stars, I performed a final ritual, a gesture of gratitude and respect to the forces that had guided my journey. As I stood there, surrounded by the ancient trees, I felt a profound sense of belonging, a oneness with the world around me, and then, it was done. The ritual concluded, and I knew that my time in the wilderness had come to an end. I carried with me a newfound understanding, a connection to the natural world that would forever shape my perception of reality. As I left the woods behind, I knew that my encounter with the Wendigo had been more than a mere chance meeting. It had been a catalyst, a doorway into a world of mystery and wonder. And though my journey had come to an end, I carried with me the knowledge that the supernatural was not something to be feared, but to be embraced.